Hello and welcome to this video where I'm going to look at can you use a Lume Cube for product photography and YouTube videography. Let's find out. So at the moment I've got my Lume Cube on my brightest value, number 10. This is the original Lume Cube. I put a bit of card here just to bounce some light back because it's quite dark at the moment. And we're going to be using two things today. We're going to be using just a standard umbrella, and we're going to be using a softbox. Obviously I've mounted this on a light. I'm going to be using my trusty Canon 200D for the photography and for the videography. So let's get it set up now. So what I've done is I've used a really big shoot through umbrella, and I'm just aiming the Lume Cube at the center, and this gives really nice soft light. So we can see down here I've just put a few products down here. Now I'm going to turn the Lume Cube off so we can see what the difference is with the Lume Cube off. So with the Lume Cube off, my ISO has shot all the way up to 6400 on this camera. So the Lume Cube is making a difference, and I think with the Lume Cube on, the ISO was going down to about 250. So let's turn it back on. Got the Canon 200D, and we're using settings of 1/50th of a second f8 at ISO 3200. So let's get some recordings of this. So if I wanted to do product photography, I would need 1/30th of a second, f5 and ISO 3200, and that would give me a good exposure, as you can see here. So what I've done now is I have mounted the Lume Cube inside a large umbrella softbox, and I pointed the Lume Cube back in so that we get the light reflecting over here. And what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to put the front diffusion panel on so we get very nice soft light. So now I've put the front diffusion panel on. We've got incredibly soft light, which is very good, but we've obviously lost quite a bit of light output because we're not shooting straight through, we are bouncing it around. Let's look at what we get on the Canon. On the Canon, we're not getting really a very well balanced picture, and what we're going to have to do is we're really going to have to drop the aperture down and make the aperture much more wider, and stay at ISO 3200. So ISO 3200 at f2.8, 1/50th of a second, we are getting suitable product video, but we've had to drastically drop down the aperture, and we've had to really open it up wide. Now that might be okay for you, but you might want to be shooting at more closer to something like f8. Let's have a look at taking some pictures. So we're going to have to drop the shutter speed all the way down to 1/10th of a second to get an even exposure. Of course, you just could have the Lume Cube pointing directly at your products, but you are going to get some quite harsh shadows. You're not going to get a very soft light. However, this will give you the most illumination for your buck. So if we look down here, we can see that we are getting very harsh shadows under the products, and it's not going to look for a very pleasing photography or videography or YouTube videos, but you could do it at a pinch if you need to. So can you use a Lume Cube for videography and photography doing product work? Well, yes you can, but it's better to shoot through a shoot-through umbrella rather than using a softbox. Thank you, goodbye.